I'm not gonna pay to get in the club that closes at 12 fucking o'clock in the morning. And here it is. I'm getting here at fuck it. It don't even matter what time I got there. But still in all, I had to bounce from spot to spot to spot to spot just to make sure that these people knew my face, knew that I was there, knew that I actually came to their city. I'm getting phone calls on my phone like, girl, you know you ain't supposed to be up in here. You in Little Mexico. You not in Atlanta no more. You not in your hood. You can't be bringing no beef up here. Y'all don't know me. This chick is up here like basically throwing it in my face. Let her find me. Let her find me. That's okay. So that was on a Friday night, Saturday morning. I'm like, I'm trying to find my husband. I don't give a damn who gets hurt in the process. He has been gone. I know he brought some drugs up here. I don't give a damn no more. I know what he brought up here. I know who he dealing with, and y'all niggas ain't no good. Ain't no telling from the dudes that I met when the funeral came. Ain't no telling, especially from what Vinny told me about them dudes. Ain't no telling who was on what and who slipped him what and what he got on and what he can't get off of. So what? I mean, what husband leaves his wife, his baby, and his stepchildren at home to fend for themselves? So it was like, okay, fine. And I made a couple threats. Let's see. In front of his mama though, so it was kind of funny because I was like, "Look, I'm gonna file a fucking missile report on these niggas, and I'm gonna give them everybody number that I got in my cell phone. If I don't hear from my husband by 12 o'clock, no 11, and if I don't see him by 12, I'm leaving to go back to Atlanta, and I want to make sure he's okay. I don't know if he's dead or alive. His mama hadn't heard from him. His mama didn't even know that he was up there. She didn't see him. He'd been up there for almost 2 months and not let his mother know that he was up there. His cousins didn't know he was up there. So this boy had been living basically like a hermit for the longest. Said, okay. So I got in contact with him. Now, mind you, I took a trip up there probably at least 5 times to try to get him back, to find him, to convince him that I loved him, to convince him that it was right. In that last trip, it was either you come home or we done. And he said he was going to come home. Now, one time I went up there, it was kind of funny because I posted up a few. No, I can't say that. But I just went up there with a little friend of mine. And, uh, yeah, I went over to his cousin Queet house. And, and she was like, you coming up here with what? I'm like, nothing. So my husband, he calls his cousin. He tries to snap on her, like, you supposed to be my family, you supposed to be my place. Like, well, you don't leave your wife like that. She's up here, she's trying to find you. And then she snapped on Kelly, and basically she told me how Kelly fucked her boyfriend, and she had to drag Kelly out of the house, and how these niggas was coming over here, to her house, and they was all telling me these stories about Kelly, and I'm like, this is the same white bitch that fucking every nigga in y'all city, and you left me for this hoe. I don't even have a negative reputation down here in Atlanta for you to be leaving me for some bitch that fuck like she got sugar walls. So y'all that don't know what that means, it means she fucks like she has candy in her pussy for free to give away to all the little kids. Now, I'm sorry. You can drive around the city of Pottstown in 5 minutes. Seriously, 5 minutes. That's like driving. It takes longer to drive to East Point in College Park than it takes to drive through Pottstown to Ray. Okay, the city ain't that big. So when you mention a white girl named Kelly, no one should know who you are. But then you mention the white girl named Kelly that dated Ella, that fucked everybody. They know who this bitch is. Why would you even want to associate yourself with this chick? Knowing that you told me that you had to ride a bus around an apartment complex and then go drag your girl out of some dude house. That makes no sense to me. Your girl is hiding, and then she turns around, and everybody up there saying that baby Kevin R. Douglas is not your baby. You got an obituary with the little baby who died, who has a daddy, but it ain't your baby. You know it ain't your baby. You know damn well she was fucking everybody. And all of a sudden she pop up pregnant twice. Your mama doesn't even know that was your baby. So why are you tripping? Okay. She wanted to set you up. She think you about to make some money. She think you about to do this, this, that. Fine. And dandy with me. You choose to fuck with this house. Now, my last trip up there, went up there, met up with Tay at the bar. Get up there around 10 something that night. Okay. So, in turn, I met up with them and I ride around. I'm like, okay, I need a hotel to stay in because the other times I was staying with mom. So he puts me in the Days Inn. Like, okay, now here's what I did. I went to the front, had my room changed out twice. Like, okay, because I knew that it might have looked bad for me to, meet up with my husband. So what I did was I parked the car. Tay had my cell phone number. I bought us another cell phone so to be safe, to drive up and back down there. And I changed rooms. Somehow Kelly gets my cell phone number. She thinks she has my room number. So I'm like, bitch, come get me. She didn't come get me. Okay. But since my husband was staying with Reese, he came, he was like, he's gonna come home. We do what we do, what husband and wives do. You know what I'm saying? I needed time. I was horny. I hadn't had sex with nobody because I didn't think I should cheat on my husband. So the whole time I knew he was doing whatever, it might have been stupid on my end, but I didn't give myself to anybody else. I would lie and be like, yeah, I fucked your boy just to piss him off. Just to piss him off. Then one night I sat up there and I talked to one of my homeboys on the phone, and I'm like, okay, it was one of my homeboys who was one of his homeboys, and he basically told me what I needed to hear to make me feel better. And it was if Vinny was gonna come home, he was gonna come home. If he wasn't, he wasn't. But if he stayed up there in Pottstown, there wasn't nothing for him up there, and he was not gonna succeed as long as he was up there. He was like, "That's some real shit, mom. I'm telling you. If he stay up here with this bitch, she ain't gonna do nothing but make him fail anyway." So in turn, I put it up. I said, "Well, I left the voicemail on my husband's phone. This is what was told. Your friend made me feel better. He's thinking I don't fuck text. That's nasty. Why would I drive all the way up there to have sex with your boy when I have all the free dick down there and I said, dick? Sorry. It didn't make any sense. You stupid, idiotic motherfucking cool for a man. It it doesn't make any sense. To this day, it doesn't make any sense. But like I think last week, mind you, it's 2 years later almost. I'm finding out that Tay is known for fucking other dudes' girls. So not my taste, so not my speed, and definitely not in my category. So I'm already a wife. Why would I want to do that? Anyway, um, I tried to go up there. Um, I saw Bug, and at that time, Bug had moved from point A to point B. Because I will not tell where he lives. Everybody always wants to know. And they thought that I was messing around with Tay, but I had to disappear for a little while because I had to go see Bug. Now, Bug stopped fucking with Vinny. He stopped fucking with a lot of them niggas in Pottstown because he was like, they're not really worth too much of shit. They want all they want to do is get high, have sex, have kids, beat on their women, and go to jail. He was like, that's not for him. It's not in his element. That's not cool. So I had friends that I could talk to and go around while I was up there. I didn't just have to sit my ass in a hotel the whole entire time I was up there. I visited people. I went to the club. Make it so bad. My husband gets mad at me because I came up there and I was at the club with his cousin Queet and her dude H. How mad can you be when I'm having fun? Now you want to pop off talking about why am I up there shaking my ass?